Hello everyone. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about attention seekers. In First Chronicles, the 7th chapter and the 14th verse, we hear it said, "If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sins and heal their land." Oftentimes, especially in this day and age that we live in, with social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is what you're watching right now. Too many times we see that people seek attention in one form or another. Have you ever just seen someone who it seemed that all they kept trying to do was to get attention? Whether that be how many likes they could get on a certain post, how many shares they can get on a certain post, which is things that even on this channel that we're trying to do as well, but for a godly reason. And so too many times these people, more times than not, are trying to seek attention for man. They're trying to seek attention for the things to please man, not to please God. Whether that be people in a large group, like I said, social media, it seems every post or action is to get attention. As humans, we always seek attention in some form or another. It's just natural. That's just how we are. We're programmed as humans. We want attention from someone, somehow or another. But we need to decide whose attention we really want. Are you really wanting God's attention, or are you really just searching for man's attention? That's really what we're going to try to get down to tonight, if we can. When I met my wife, obviously she attracted me. There's things about her that I was attracted to. So I reached out to her to catch her attention because I wanted to see if, hey, this girl's cute. I want to see how this thing goes. So I pursued that. And so in doing that, she responded. And so I realized in that moment that something I did or said gained her attention as well. So, like I said, I'm not some relationship guru. I don't really know all that. I think this is a long shot, but it worked. So by seeking her attention, I gained it. Matthew, the 6th chapter and the 33rd verse says, "To seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." We have to understand, if we seek God and his attention, he will begin to open up doors and opportunities for us in our lives and take us to places that we only dreamed of. As long as you can keep God number one in your life, keep God the main center, the main focus of your life, God will take you to places beyond your wildest dreams. We never need to get to a point where we put man's attention above God's attention, because to me, that's a dangerous position that you are in. When you start to put something above God, you're telling God, you're not the most important thing in my life. And then when that happens, oftentimes I feel like God will kind of back off and like, okay, well, if I'm not the number one, then you won't be my number one. But we got to understand that God is ready to use us to do his will. We are in a day and hour. We are seeing things coming to a close, if you want to say that. With the politics, the way the world is getting, things are starting to, not to sound too cliche, but start to wrap up. So we got to understand that in order to do that, we need to be seeking God's will at all times. But he can't use you or use us when you're distracted by things that don't even matter when it comes to building the kingdom of God. That needs to be our main focus. No matter what, the kingdom should always come first. The kingdom should always be your main priority. In the Bible, one of the greatest examples of somebody who sought God's attention was David. They often said that David was a man after God's own heart. And so David was not so much concerned with what man thought or how man believed he should act. But David believed that he needed to put God first in all things. Despite his failures, he had them. He was human. We all are human. We have our shortcomings. We have our failures. God still blessed him for his willingness to capture his attention. And so that needs to be our primary goal in all things, is to seek God's attention. Like I said, so many times we live here on earth. We're here, for the time being. So in saying that, we need to always have, interaction with people and people to hang out with us, like us, socialize with us, whether that be in church or just a regular social gathering. But trying to please people while we're here on this earth needs to be at the very bottom of our list when it comes to pleasing people here. Like I said, God should be always your the number one thing that you try to seek for. So today I challenge you to block out every distraction and focus on keeping God's eyes fixed on you. As long as you can keep God fixed on you and keep God fixed on the things that you're doing for him, you'll know that you're doing something right. And so just always remember to keep pushing, to keep striving, find new things. Us at Souls Harbor, we have a lot of things coming up now and in the beginning of the year. A lot of things are coming out, and we'll kind of elaborate on that a little bit more as we go on with this channel. But in saying that, we are in Walnut at Souls Harbor, we are seeking to get closer to God. We are seeking to capture God's attention in every way possible. So today, if you listen to this video, I ask that you do some self-evaluating, find ways that you can enhance your walk with God and have a deeper relationship with him. Whether that be praying more, whether that be fasting, whether that be starting a Bible study, daily devotional, weekly devotional, just different things. Find things to keep your attention focused on God, because it is in those moments where you'll see God begin to open up doors and just open up your mind to so many other things. Some of my best times that I captured God's attention was times when I was by myself. Nobody else was around, nobody else seen it, nobody else heard it, but I was there by myself and without any distractions, and it allowed God to move deeper into my life. So that being said, that's all I have for you tonight. I appreciate you watching. If you can, please like and subscribe to this channel. We will be delivering content just the same as this on a weekly basis. And we appreciate your attention, despite what I just said. So that being said, thank you and God bless.